Folks, we have never been more back. Should be live now. I'm going to make sure everything is working. Yep. Sounds good. All right, how we doing, everybody? It's been a little while, but it's good to be back, and we have come back at an interesting time because we are set to kick off Season 2 of the playoffs, and today we'll be going through the entire wild card round. So we're going to be watching 3, we're going to be simcasting 3, and we're going to be down from 14 to 8. I'm going to retire when I lose, guys, I swear. Why does that feel relatable at this moment? All right, so let's not waste any more time. Let's figure out where we're going to start. The random number generator is ready. As far as I'm aware, Siri is still on the injured list. Ooh, okay. That is an interesting start. So keep in mind, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One of the more interesting games on the schedule, in my opinion, the defending champion, Dildos, against the Baltimore Ravens. And this is one of our watch games. Second generator lands on 1, so we will use the Ravens. Did Siri get hurt in the SoFi Stadium collapse? You know, that might be what happened. That's where Siri went. Okay, I don't know if I have any, where's controller number 2? Oh, there it is. Okay, well now why can't I switch it? There we go. Smiling through it all. I can't believe this is my life. Or did it get hurt by Deshaun Watts? Is Siri an it? What does Siri identify as? Okay, are either of these two gentlemen online? I've heard from them within the last probably hour or two. But I don't know if either of them have specific uniform requests. Doesn't look like either of them are online now, so I guess in that case, we get to pick. I'm Danny. Wear the bananas. Do we want to wear the bananas? We can go red, we can go white, and some combination with the black pants. Did I say red? We can certainly do red, and we've also got the nanners. Do we really want a whole game with the bananas? How many times have we watched that with the bananas? We've certainly done it a handful of times, right? I feel like we had to have. And then for the Ravens, it's probably white, purple, black, or some mix. Seems like everyone wants the bananas. Okay, fair enough. If you guys ever want to puke when we're watching the game, do not get mad at me. Don't shoot the messenger. And then for Baltimore, they don't have anything that looks banana-ish, so there's nothing that we can possibly mix it up from. But of course, we've got purple, we've got black, we've got white. I see a purple versus banana. How does everyone feel about purple? This is the full purple for reference. Okay, seems like everyone likes full purple. Let's roll. Full purple versus full banana to start. As the defending champion Armadillos, who went into the playoffs last year as a sneaking 7th seed, won 4 games in a row. They beat 3 of the 4 AFC division winners. Not us. And then, of course, they beat San Francisco in one of the all-time great OFL Bowl matchups. Well, now they're back. And unlike last year, this team has some expectations, along with the fact that, A, they won 4 playoff games last year, but also they've played really well over the second half of the year. The QB switch from Mac Jones to Sam Howell has proven to be a massive success so far, as they take on a Ravens team who went one and done last year in the first round, losing to the Steelers, who of course made it to the AFC Championship. And going into that conference championship week, the Steelers looked like the favorite, because everybody else who was there was not supposed to be there. But obviously they lost to the Dildos. So Buenos Aires will start with the ball. We'll look at Sam Howell, who's been through quite the journey in his first 2 OFL 24 seasons. Started in Seattle as a pretty high pick. Things went downhill fast. Replaced, traded a handful of times. Ends up here with the Dildos, where he played really well. From week 7 onwards, this was one of the best teams in the league, and Howell played like at a legit MVP level. If you were to pace his stats for a full season, he probably would have thrown over 40 touchdowns. The one question with Howell, though, is the turnovers. A little bit higher in that regard compared to some of the other quarterbacks, as he throws out of the sack to start, and Jordan Davis is hurt. If I run for president in 2050, what chance do I have of winning? Well, other world leaders have nuked places before, so, I guess that can't really hurt you. Good run for Sam. And now he's hurt. Uh-oh. Is Sam Howell going to the locker room? No. Okay. So, who knows how long he'll be out today? That's a big question in and of itself. But he'll return at some point today. And if the Dildos win, he'll be fine afterwards. It's not Mac Jones. He was already traded away. It's Zach Wilson. That's right. We saw Zach Wilson in a playoff game last year with the Niners when Trevor Lawrence got hurt. And in the watched portion of the game, Zach Wilson looked pretty good. Once it turned into a simcast, they almost choked and lost. But in watched, he looked pretty good as he connects with Jackson Smith and Jigba. Now, since you're streaming, thoughts on the Pistons falling? There's not really much of the thought. I'm not too surprised. I'm not even that disappointed, because even if we got the number 1 pick, I feel like that doesn't really change much. Like, sure, we would have gotten a better prospect, but the trajectory of the team is still not good unless we hit our president of basketball ops hire out of the park, and hopefully he makes other sweeping changes involving the GM and certainly involving the coach. Please, God. Another nice play by Zach. But I think this could prove to not be like that big of a deal for the Dildos. Because again, in the limited we've seen from him, in watched, okay, maybe that wasn't so good, but he gets out of the sack. What do you mean, Monty is him? You're right, David Montgomery is him. I agree. We both know that quite well. Not the other Monty, but David Montgomery is that guy. It's because T-Law mentored Zach. That, I'm sure, that's definitely the reason. Of course, these guys have Josh Jacobs, who surprisingly has not gotten the ball yet, but he is one of the best running backs in our league. I would argue the best in his division. 3rd and 5. Nick Chubb is sacked by Micah Parsons. The multi-time Defensive Player of the Year finalist is in the backfield to bring him down. And with that, the Dildos are only going to be able to settle for 3. I feel like if you're the Ravens, you got to feel good, because that could have gone a lot worse, but in the red zone, you were able to hold up. And I'm not too concerned about Zach Wilson looking good in Baltimore's perspective, because again, I think Zach Wilson, again, from a very limited sample size, I've liked what I've seen. Nick Chubb is sacked by Michael. You know what I meant, damn it. Oh, look at this return. Hello. Great field position for Baltimore. They're going to start at around the 40. I thought he could have taken that the whole way. That was a big tackle. But still, great starting field position for Bryce Young and company. Young was probably a little worse than he was last year, but still pretty solid. I think the Ravens were also exactly the 5 seed last year because they lost on the road in the first round to the Steelers, who were 4. So the exact same placement. We'll see if they have more luck this go around. Wilt, Shaq, LeBron, Curry in the NFL. Well, I feel like I have to put LeBron at 1 because he's the most experienced football player of the group. And he's also way faster than the bigs. But he's not that much smaller. He's still bigger than everybody else on the field. So I feel like he's the clear 1. I don't really know about the 2 centers. Because, like, sure they're big, but they're not as agile. Steph Curry's nimble and agile. Good throw all the way to the 29. They're moving quick. Amari Cooper. I also feel like, though, if you put Shaq at, like, prime Shaq at running back, that would be a little bit unstoppable. Who's tackling him? Bryce under pressure. That's a strip sack, and it's picked up by the defense. I thought that might have been a throwing animation, but the ball was definitely out. It's a question of if it was a pass or not, and I don't think this game would review that. So I think this is going to stand. A scoop and score for Joe Tryon-Shoyinka. And the Dildos are up by multiple scores early. Was it a throwing motion? That's a fumble. Was that Conan Mios? Does Conan Mios have long blonde hair? I think he does, yeah. The rookie. Elmer's his player. Conan Mios with this strip sack to put the Armadillos up 10-0. Part of the reason why this Dildos team always has such a high ceiling year in and year out is because of their ability to force turnovers on the defensive side of the ball. But you don't think of strip sack fumbles. You think of the interceptions of Trayvon Diggs. You got to at least be close in the turnover battle against the Dildos if you want any chance to beat them. So already turning the ball over without even throwing it towards Trayvon Diggs. Certainly not what the Ravens wanted to start. They looked good before the fumble, though, on their inaugural drive. Another fumble! And it's picked up by the Ravens. Did Trayvon Diggs just force a fumble? What can't he do? Back-to-back fumbles for Baltimore. As there's Isaiah Likely, who does not fumble, which has been an issue so far. 3rd and 2. If they don't get this, they could really be in trouble. Being down by 10, not having the ball. Derrick Henry will fight for the first down. Turnover generator. By any means, he'll get the football. Interception, fumble, you name it. Doesn't matter. Bryce under pressure. He is going to throw out of the sack. That was dangerous. I think that's Tyson Tyler, the top non-quarterback off the board in this year's draft out of Oregon. Go Ducks. Now here's the king. Gets around 5. The Ravens got to get something going sooner or later. This is not the team you want to fall behind against. The team who can force turnovers and run the ball is not who you want to trail with. And wide open is Isaiah Likely. Bryce Young as a passer has looked pretty good so far. There haven't been a lot of positives for Baltimore. But other than the fumble, and I feel like Bryce Young's pocket awareness has been a little subpar. He hasn't exactly done a good job of letting pressure come to him, but he's thrown the ball well. Here again, Amari Cooper, who had some big playoff games last year. The game against the Bears in the divisional round, the DeGames game comes to mind. Deshaun Watson or Aaron Hernandez, who are you voting for president? Well, Aaron Hernandez is dead. I don't know if that makes him a better or worse candidate, but I can tell you he's dead. Aaron is alive. Okay, well that changes things. I guess I'm going third party. Young does a twirl. I feel like Bryce Young is just kind of like, I don't know how to say it. Amon-Ra St. Brown's hurt. That's not good. I feel like Bryce Young's movement throughout the pocket has been kind of dangerous. Like that play, The little extra twirl could have easily led to a sack. Now, obviously, it worked that time. But he's close to walking into some of these defensive players. Now Logan Wilson's hurt. The injuries are flying early. Maybe it's a good thing my team's being simcasted. We're avoiding injuries. Sam Howell, Logan Wilson, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think there's been a couple others, too. Derrick Henry, plenty of room, walks it in, and the Ravens are back in the ball game. A huge respond from the Ravens. A huge respond is not correct English. We're going to roll with it, though. Third party is Mick Vick and the local veterinarian. I'm sure Mick Vick sounds like a good guy. Oh, he is the local. Perfect. Mick Vick for president. So the Dildos have it back. They're showing Sam Howell. That doesn't mean he's coming back in the game, though. Because they show injured quarterbacks walking out like this all the time. I cannot tell because they're both white. I think that's a 3. I think that is Sam Howell. Okay, so I guess he is back. So he only misses the one drive, where Zach Wilson was pretty good. You get what I don't get what you mean. You're saying Mick Vick is going to become the president. Into the second quarter. It's been a fun start. We had a turnover, nearly another turnover, and some good offense. But the Dildos had the edge to start. Good run for Jacobs. Gets the first down. Nick Chubb could never, am I right? King Charles is the third party. He's old and British. Okay, well, I don't care about the age part. He could be dead and I'd vote for him over the other two. But British? No, that's a deal breaker. Give me Deshaun Watson, damn it. 2nd and 11. Good throw. Wide open. I think that's Luke Musgrave. It is. When are we going to get the big Danny Gray play? Good block by Jacobs to avoid the sack from Lance Spurlock, I think. Ultimately leads to a throwaway. That could have gone a lot worse for the Dildos. Shout out Josh Jacobs doing the dirty work. Want a fourth party? It's Lennon. Okay, I'll go with Lennon then. John Lennon, that is, right? 3rd and 6. Howell under pressure. He is sacked. Lucas Van Ness and company bring him down. Another 3rd down sack for Baltimore. And that's going to lead to a punt. The Ravens offense looked good on that last drive, as the momentum has certainly shifted quickly. The Dildos started off hot, but the Ravens have done a really good job of rebounding. They're going to look to keep it moving. Derrick Henry to the 35. Bryce Young is 9 for 11. Do I say it or do I not say it? I'm going to hold off. Ooh, risky throw. Throwing it anywhere near Trayvon Diggs is dangerous. Sending it where Trayvon Diggs can put his hands on it, even more dangerous. Bryce Young is lucky that play didn't go worse. Did he drop that? I say likely. That was right in your hands, buddy. He went for like the possession catch animation too because he was diving down. How did he drop that? 3rd and 10. Downfield wide open is Amon-Ra St. Brown, who gets it to the 31. That was bad coverage. You cannot leave Amon-Ra wide open like that. It looked like he won off the line immediately. Incomplete. Another risky throw. There's Trent McDuffie, the big free agent signing, who was paid a ton of money this past offseason. 2nd and 10 now. Bryce Young throws it away. So now it's 3rd down. Bill Russell and Wilt or Victor and Chet? I mean, for the modern game, I'm picking Victor and Chet. Bryce is going to run with it. Can he get it? No! I thought he got it. I thought he was kind of able to reach over. They're not going to give it to him. Kaiser White brings him down. And on 4th and inches, you can tie it. Or, they're challenging the spot of the ball. I feel like I don't see this often in Madden where they challenge the spot. But I think it's a good challenge. It looked like he reached over and got it in real time. So if I had to guess, I think they're going to win the challenge. Yeah, there you go. They do win the challenge. Good decision by Baltimore. Good run for Bryce Young. And they'll keep the chains moving. Derrick Henry. He is in for a touchdown, and the Ravens, who were in trouble down 10-0 early, have taken the lead. Credit to Baltimore for responding fast. Bryce Young has had himself a game so far. He looks good. And just like that, it's now 14-10. What if in the NFL you fail a challenge, you lose like the game? In that case, the Lions are going to have quite a few more losses than we've had in the past. Who is your favorite to win it all? You mean here or in the real league? Here, I feel like, partly biasedly, the favorite I would say is the Chargers. But in the real NFL, I guess it's the Chiefs until proven any different. Third and 5 now. The whole franchise is disbanded if you lose the challenge. Well, good thing Baltimore won it. Nice catch. Luke Musgrave hangs on for the first down. Not sure what Owl's doing there. The whole city is also nuked. Okay. Are you the one nuking the city? I would have to assume, right? Owl hit as he throws. Connects with JSN to the 45. The early round playoff games for the Dildos certainly were not this competitive last year. They blew out the 2 seed in the Voyagers. And they also kind of handled business against the Titans in the second round. Their 2 closer games were the last 2. And the away city. But what does the away city have to do with it? Why do they get punished? It's not their fault the other team lost the challenge. What if the coach is like, I really want the away city to be nuked. And it'll be worth it for the home city to be nuked as well. So in that case, I'm going to throw the challenge flag on a play that I shouldn't challenge. He can, manipulate it. Where's the workaround? Third and 6 now. Howell under pressure. He's going to throw it away. The Ravens get the stop. Micah Parsons makes the play. You're turning this talk into a PhD. How? In what way? Zach Wilson was the better quarterback. Well, why are they kicking? They're not kicking. They're faking. Wilson fumbles it. He picks it up, but it won't matter. What is the point of faking a field goal on the 41-yard line? There's no point to doing that. Is there a way to, like, just eliminate fake field goals from playbooks? Because, my lord. So the Ravens get it back with very good field position. Boom! Big hit. Only a gain of 1 for Derrick Henry. What the hell did I just walk in on? You should have came during the first 3 minutes. Whoa, that's what she said. But yeah, the first 3 minutes, the game went, like, really well for you. And then ever since then, it's been, like, trending down slowly but surely. Third and 6. Boom, big hit. That was right in his hands, like, for a good second. To where you could argue that could have been called a fumble, which would have benefited Baltimore because they would have gotten the first down. Now they're kicking. The dildos are ready for the fake. Good. 58-yarder is up. And it's no good. I think it had the distance too. But wide right for Jake Moody. Let's say Biden allows you to teach at any college. Which one do you do? I'm going to pick the one that gives me the most money. Probably an Ivy League like Harvard. Or some other really good school. That way I can get that bread. Joke's on you. I always come during the first 3. You are a child. Hush. Howell hit as he throws, misfires. Howell's 3 for 9. Zach Wilson has unironically been better. 3rd and 6 now. Are they going to call a late hit on the quarterback? It looked like there was kind of a late hit. No, but it's a pass interference instead. On Budda Baker, an automatic first down for the dildos. Wow, a lucky break. Todd is a child. God allows you to be a king on any planet besides Earth and won't let you die. What planet? I would pick Uranus. Your big fat anus. You could have said, your fiance must be disappointed, rather than being wrong. Damn, I missed out on a perfect punchline. I hate it here. Got some work to do. Howell is sacked again. Tyquan Lewis sends him down, and it looks like, I imagine they're going to run out the clock. The Ravens are not going to call time. And that'll do it for the first half. It's been a good game so far. But right now, the Ravens had the edge. Despite an early scoop and score touchdown from the Dildos, Baltimore is up by 4, and they start with the ball in the second half. So it feels like they're kind of in a good spot right now. I'm mic'd up now. The Ravens haven't even tried to run the ball. They've given Henry the rock a lot in the passing game, but they're not really trying to run it. And I guess for the most part it's kind of working because Bryce is playing quite well. Someone just heard, that looks like one of the backups. I'm hashtag bricked up if the Bears win. I don't even remember half of my roster. Isn't that everyone? Only 44 passing yards for Sam and Zach. Well, part of that is the sacks. Because the Ravens defense has 4 sacks. So that number is higher. I think both of them probably have like 40-some each. Because Howell's only completed like 4 passes. Zach Wilson completed like 3 or 4 himself. But all those sacks have averaged a loss of like 10 yards each. Nice job by Derrick Henry. He gets 9. Is it sad that when Todd said Howell, I was like, wait, my QB is Sam Howell? When did this happen? It's okay. All day I thought we were playing against the Raiders in the first round, but we're playing Toronto. I only realized when I was making the bowl because I looked at like the playoff picture graphic in the server and I noticed the Huskies were 7th and I was like, oh, this must be outdated. I must find somewhere else. And then I looked at like the playoff prediction thing and people were predicting the Chargers and the Huskies. So I figured, I must have been wrong this whole time. And Bijan, I think. We'll know for sure if you have Bijan when we hop into the game. We'll see if he's on the sideline or if it'll be another Jeff Wilson masterclass. Good run for Derrick Henry, continuing himself a really strong game. I have people. Good for you. Bryce Young is sacked. He runs right into the rookie, Tyson Tyler, for a loss of 11. That's a huge play for the Dildos. They cannot let the Ravens score a touchdown. Field goal is fine because it keeps it as a one-score game. And some other good wide receivers. Just think of every old player in the NFL who's at least like 32 years old, and there's a 50% chance they're on your roster. Third and 19. This feels like a really important play. The Ravens have had some nice third down conversions today. If they get this one to put themselves in the red zone, then that would be a pretty big deal, and they get it! Isaiah Likely to the 4. 28-yard gain for a first down. Howell, Jacobs, JSN, Downs. You forgot the most important guy. Where's Danny Gray? Henry loses 3. There's a big play by, I think, Logan Wilson. Just got to hold him out of the end zone. A field goal's fine. You can live with that. I love Matt Milano. Good for you. Second and goal. Back to Henry. He's got room, and he makes up the yardage and then some, bringing it to the 1. The real question is if the Ravens don't get it, what happens on 4th and goal? Because they're this close. Unless they lose like 3 or 4 yards, they'd probably go for it. And they have a guy named Derrick Henry who can muscle his way in, but he's short. They're on the half-yard line. They have to go for it. There's no way they kick, right? There's no shot. Knowing Madden, I could see it. I feel like they're going to go for it, though. Yeah, okay. Thank God. They're at not even like the half-yard line. They're at like the 1/3 yard line. They're a foot away. Just put Derrick Henry in Wildcat and let him go up the middle. They're going to throw it behind the line of scrimmage, and he's in anyway. That might be the worst play call they could have possibly made. You're a foot away. Why are you throwing the ball to the 6-yard line? It worked. It's fine. But that was risky. And with that, it is now 21-10. 21 unanswered for Baltimore. Got to see something here from Sam Howell, who has forgotten how to play football after a great regular season. Derek took a year to turn around, too. That's what happens when you're a running back in your 30s. So here come the Dildos down 21-10. Their offense has scored 3 points today. Starting downfield, nope, Howell was 4 for 12. Is that good? I don't think that's good. 2nd and 10. It's a gain of 9. They've got to do something here on 3rd and 1. Cannot afford to get stopped. Okay, that works. It did not look like he was going to get it originally, too. They're lucky he did. From the 34. Dude, what are you doing? He was asking for disaster. Jalen Petrie had a pick 6 right in his hands. That was risky. Okay, there's a first down for Josh Jacobs. And this time he loses 3. Vita Vea brings him down. This Dildo's offensive line has been a train wreck the entire game. The pass blocking's been bad. The run blocking's been bad. The Ravens up front have dominated today. That's a big reason why their defense, minus the opening drive, has been very successful. Our dynasty might be over. Is it a dynasty? Can we call it that yet? I feel like it's a little early. And that'll wrap up the 3rd. Another good quarter for the Ravens. They're up by 11. We'll see if they can hang on to the lead here in the 4th. The Dildo's offense is starting to show a semblance of life, but they only have 9 minutes to keep their season alive. And that is not how you do it. It's picked off by Budda Baker. The Ravens force the turnover, and they'll get the ball back, still up by 11. What did the Niners make but not win the bowl this year? What is my legacy? Your legacy, I guess, is second fiddle, which isn't necessarily a bad play. Oh, boy! Bryce Young is hurt. Okay, he's fine. So much for that. I thought we were going to get some real Jake Haener run in the playoffs. Why are they running read options in the 4th quarter, though? That is kind of stupid. It's Amar over. That is not how you spell armadillo. But Danny, here's the little bit of hope you might have needed. What if the Niners win the OFL Bowl? Then what's my legacy? Your legacy, I guess, is as a winner. If the Niners win, that would be good for your legacy. Hot take, but I would say I agree with that. It's the Cowboys' year. Let him know. He has to sound like a real Cowboys fan. Flag. It didn't look like a face mask. It's probably going to be a hold. Yep. I wonder if you decline the penalty. Yeah, I feel like you got to accept it. 7 yards is a pretty big difference when they're mostly going to be running the ball. And the alternative is Jake Haener dropping back to pass. And Haener's picked off! And a good return as well for Tyson Tyler, the rookie. He's got a sack and a pick. Are the Dildos back in it? The game time strikes again. Who would have thought? He says the game is over and Baltimore proceeds to throw a pick. That might be the least surprising thing I've seen all day. So now Buenos Aires has good field position. They have to get in the end zone here. Buda Baker's in the zone. If I was them, I would not throw the ball towards him. Good play by Jacobs. That should have been a loss of yards. Instead, oh, fumble! He was down. He was down. So this is actually going to work out for the Ravens, I think. Because instead of the first down, it'll be second and like 5. Or not. Okay. He was definitely down, right? Huh. Okay, whatever. I guess it works out for the Dildos. As he loses like 3. Vita Vea. Crazy read by Bryce Young right there. How do we tell him, guys? Josh Jacobs is open. Throw the ball to Josh. What are you doing? Micah Parsons with his second sack. That might mean he's in the zone. Yeah. And Buda Baker. That's a little bit frightening. So he's going to have to get the ball out quick, which being in a 3rd and goal at the 19, not really a good situation. And sure enough, he is sacked again by Micah Parsons and friends. As much as I feel like you needed a touchdown here, being down by 11, you got to kick. You can't go for it at the 29. So a field goal technically makes it a 1-score game. But that was a gigantic defensive stop for the Ravens. Another nice return and another nice tackle. That's the second time in this game where the Ravens have been like a missed tackle away from a kick return touchdown, as Jake Haener is still in the game. What OFL coach is most likely to star in a movie? Me! No, I'm kidding. Who would be? Probably none of us. I don't know if any of those would be good at it. Maybe someone has a hidden talent that I don't know about. Can any of you guys sing? That's out! That's a fumble! Wow, look at the Dildos! Trayvon Diggs recovers the fumble, and they're going to get their chance. I'm like 85% sure that ball was out. Yep, that's a fumble. Logan Wilson with the initial hit. Number 20 finishes him off. That's a 3rd turnover today by the Ravens. And the Dildos are going to continue to hang on for a little bit longer. Now Parsons and Buda are both still in the zone. Got to watch out for them. I think starting off with a run's a good idea. Wow, he got slammed. I play a lot of tabletop RPGs. It's kind of acting, but I'd rather die than be famous. Fair enough. Bang! Bang! The game's from 3. Has a timeout. Decides not to use it. Oh, it's intercepted anyway. So much for that. And it looks like we're going to get a big return as well. He'll take it all the way for a pick 6. Kenny Moore puts the Ravens back up by 2 scores in what could be the dagger. Octi curse. How did I curse them? Armindo's defense. That is not a word. So just when things were looking questionable for the Ravens, Kenny Moore sends a big response, pretty much capping off what has been a very disappointing day for Sam Howell. I guess there is still 4 minutes, but they would need a lot to go their way. But barring a miracle, it looks like we will not have the same champion from last year to this year. Okay, there's a good start. Is that Danny Gray? No, that's Josh Downs. We want Danny. We want Danny. Howell on the run. Nope. Incomplete. How does the Bryce Young twirl get some 9? But they've got to move fast. Tick, 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 tick. 3rd and 1. There's a first down for Jacobs. Clock is moving. Tick, 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 tick. Under 3. Oh, I guess actually not on. I can't read. A little over 3 to go. They can't keep trying to stay in bounds. Tick, 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 tick. Again, they cannot keep going short and staying in bounds. Time is not on your side, guys. Tick, 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 tick. 3rd and 5. Incomplete. If they don't get this, the game is pretty much over. 4th and 5 at the 31. Howell on the run. It is dropped. And that'll just about do it. I think we can move into Simcast safely. Marquez Valdez-Scantling with a game-altering drop. Who would have thought? Ravens get their first down. Another one will end things for good. And there you go. 28-13. The Ravens start this playoff with an upset against the reigning champion Buenos Aires Armadillos, who shocked the world last year, winning 4 games in a row in the playoffs to win the OFL Bowl, but they will not get round 2. We're going to have a new champion this year. Could it be the Ravens? They've moved on to the 2nd round, where they will face off against either the Browns, the Chargers, or the Condoms. Actually, no, they could also play the Riverhogs. So I guess there's 4 different teams they could still play. Bryce Young was pretty good before he got injured. I don't think it's going to be a long-term thing. Whereas Jake Harner tried to sell the game with his pick. Sam Howell was really bad. There's no way around it. And the one drive we saw from Zach Wilson, he played quite well. On the ground, big game from Derrick Henry, whereas Josh Jacobs was not so good. Now, I will say, the Dildos' offensive line in the run game and in the pass game was an abomination. They did not exactly do him any favors. Michael Parsons with a big game. Tyson Tyler, the rookie, played really well. And of course, we had a number of huge turnovers on both sides. Holy moly, we had 6 fumbles forced. We had 6? It feels like we had a lot, but not 6. God damn. Huh. I did not realize it was that many. 6 fumbles forced, 3 interceptions. That was one of the games of all time. How does this affect LeBron's legacy? That's a great question. Known Dildos supporter LeBron James must be heartbroken. He has to bandwagon a new team. All right, let's do one of our Simcasts. Ravens have a new injury, actually. Hold on, let's see what that's about. Cam Jurgens tore his labrum. Can he play in the OFL Bowl? Yes. He can make it back to the ball, but nothing before then. All right, so we're going to do a Simcast game now. Which will be one of the Chargers and Huskies, Panthers, Giants, and Eagles, Caps. Number generator, please don't land on 1. I want to stall as long as possible, and it lands on 1. Okay, well, we're ripping off the Band-Aid. I'm nervous. I'm scared. I don't like this. Lands on 1 again. We're going to use the Huskies. I do not feel very confident. Maybe it's a good thing we're ripping off the Band-Aid because I don't have to dread it for the next hour and a half. But in the 45% chance we lose, because that's Simcast for you, the next hour and a half might be depressing. Okay, what uniforms do we need to wear? What's going to give us good luck? I think we're going to roll with the blue and the yellow. That's what we're going to do. And then what do we want for Hector? Since I'm wearing blue, I guess he can't really do that. Shirts versus skins. Perfect. Do we want black or do we want white? Yeah, would the blue be recognizable? Because the rest of the colors are kind of different. Bolt up. Yeah, I see what everyone's doing. I'm not buying it. Your jinx will not work. It's not going to work, guys. Mm-mm. We don't want those dirty black... It took me a second to realize who that was. Otherwise, I would have been concerned. I feel like these honestly look cool. Like the dark... Are these even black? They're really like a dark gray. And then there's white, and then there's blue, although that's probably kind of similar to us. Does anybody have a specific request? Okay, Denmark, I know you're a diehard Chargers fan today. I know you've been pulling for me this whole cycle. So I'm not surprised to see your enthusiasm for my team, as you've shown for us since the start of OFL 24. I love having everyone rally around us for once. Okay, black it is. We'll roll with that. All right, our first simcast of the game. I am terrified. We lost last year in the simcast in the first round of the Broncos on a game-winning field goal at the end of the game. And here we are again. We've lost some games to simcast, not just this year, but in the past as well. So, I can't go into this expecting too much. The Huskies are not some bad team. These guys are legit. We saw them and watched against the Jets, where I thought they played really well in that game, especially on offense from what I remember. That was like almost a month ago, so I can't really say I remember it that well. Didn't Cocky play kind of good in that game too? I know Nick Chubb fumbled. That's the big thing I remember, which was funny. We're starting with the ball. Okay, I kind of like that. I want to set the tone, get some early points. Run the ball early. All right, here we go. Run the ball early. Good. I like this. Pretty much exclusively running the ball early. Okay, we end up getting stopped, and we missed the fourth down conversion. So now Toronto looks to respond, and they do. Okay, so they're up 7-0. Not a good start. Jesus Christ. We really are going to lose this game, aren't we? Okay, there we go. 7-0. Not a very good start, but it could be worse. There we go. Dallas Goedert gets 21. There we go. Mike Williams, who did he catch a pass in the regular season? I don't think so. We've saved him here for watch games and playoff games. 3rd and 2. Big play. Isaiah Pacheco loses 3. Wow, they made the kick. Okay, 56 yards. I did not think they were going to score there. 3rd and 4. Sack for Highsmith. Down at the 2. And they get out of safety territory pretty quick. Oh, they're moving fast. There we go. Sack for Gary. 3rd and 15. I don't think they can make another kick from here. Oh, wow, they do. Okay. 13-7. Who is their kicker? Why is this guy good? Here we go. Mike Williams. Mike Williams again. He's off to a flying start. Now the offense is in business. Please score. Even if it's a field goal. Just please give me that. Perfect. Hollywood Hargrove, the rookie, has the Chargers up by 1. Now they do start with the ball going into the second half. We didn't start off great, but we're looking better. I'm still not that optimistic. Okay, we got to stop. Good. If we can score here, I'll feel a lot better. Good. Not good. Okay, that's fine. I can live with that. We scored. Defense has been playing better. Stop with the penalties, guys. Uh-oh, they have it at the 8. Now at the 1. And they're in. Now the Huskies have the lead. 3rd and 2. Good run. This is a good game. Into the 4th quarter. We've ran the ball a lot. Why is Cedric Compton in the game? Oh, no. Is Sean Tucker hurt? Oh, God. That's not good. Okay, now we're tied. Do we want to hop in? I want to give these teams an opportunity to win the game and watched. I also want to see what happened to Sean Tucker, because this could, kill our season. There's still 7 minutes, but it is tied at 20. No. We'll sim one more drive. We'll hop in for the next drive pretty much no matter what. 3rd and 12. They don't get it. Okay. Well, that was awfully quick. I feel like with 6 minutes we can hop in. I don't want to do it like it's way too early for playoff games. Like, if this was a regular season game, we would keep simming. But since it's the playoffs, if everyone says too early, I'll give it one more drive. Thank you guys for telling me to simcast, because it looks like it's working out for us. Okay, kick. Good. All right, we're hopping in. After the kickoff. Thank you for making me simcast those last 2 drives, guys, because it worked out for us. Okay, what happened to Sean? Dislocated ankle, TBD. Awesome! He's going to be out for multiple weeks! If we win the bowl without Sean Tucker, then, I'm going to be pulling some nasty agendas about myself. It's going to be nasty. And if we lose, then I have an excuse. But I don't know how I feel about Cedric Compton at running back. Don't we have Elijah Mitchell? Why isn't he getting the ball? I didn't trade him, did I? It's intercepted! There we go. Owen Popo with the interception. Bolt up, suckers! All right, let's finish it off, guys. Cedric Compton, if you can hear me, please save me, Cedric Compton. Don't run, Jalen. Okay, that works. I thought he was going to catch the ball. Looks like Jalen's having a good game. Love to see that. Rigged? How can I rig it? My best player is out for the rest of the playoffs. I did not rig this. Honestly, I feel like Sean Tucker getting hurt is still worth it for a win. Well, obviously, I'd rather Sean Tucker be hurt and we're still alive than otherwise. But it's worth it for the sacrifice. 3rd and 8. Hurts on the run. No, don't fumble. Don't fumble. Okay, that's fine. So it's going to be a 6-point game after the kick by McPherson. Toronto's going to have one more chance. It's like the Bronco game all over again, although all they needed was a field goal. All right, 26-20. My glorious king, Jalen Hurts. Jalen's had a good game, at least according to the numbers. And it looked like we were running the ball really well. I don't know when Sean Tucker got hurt, obviously. But it looked like throughout the game we were running it pretty effectively. So I assume he got injured pretty late. Otherwise, then maybe I do feel good about the Elijah Mitchell, Cedric Compton backfield. One more chance for Justin Herbert and company. We've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly with Mr. Herbert. Can we get Week 3 Bears, Justin Herbert, please? The last time he played an LA team, it didn't go so well for him. I probably won't move the interception slider after this game. I want to keep the sliders the same for the whole wildcard round, but before the divisional, I'll make some changes. I'm definitely going to change the fumbles, considering we had 6 in the last game. Obviously, that's way too many. I think that's a bigger deal than the interceptions, but we've also had 4 picks so far, so that could probably use to go down just a little bit. Herbert downfield. Okay. They got it to the 35. They're not out of this. They have all 3 timeouts, too. Imagine if they score here, like a touchdown. Well, obviously, if they score, it's a touchdown. They're not kicking. Then the rigged argument would be out the door. 2nd and inches from the 25. Turnover ends the game as well. Herbert looking for the end zone. Wide open. Who's covering Noah Brown? Well, all right. 36 seconds left, and we're down by 1. Who was supposed to cover him? Like, what type of play was that? All we need is a field goal. We've got 3 timeouts. We don't have Sean Tucker, but considering the situation here, we're probably going to be throwing the ball more than running it. Jalen Hurts, if you can hear me, please save me, Jalen. Oh, God. Here we go. All we need is 1 or 2 good plays to put us in field goal range. Oh, my God. Well, that's not going to do it. Yeah, that interception slider should move down, shouldn't it? Hmm. Yikes. Not good. Well, we do have all 3 timeouts, so it's not like over. But, not looking good. Please let him score. Okay, good. Let him score. So it's an 8-point game. So theoretically, if we were to, like, get some miracle to happen, there is still, like, a 1% chance we win the game. I don't think this past 2 minutes could have gone worse. Ever since the Owen Popo interception, things have, like, gone downhill pretty fast. Why are you running? Throw the ball away. Good. With 15 seconds, we don't really have time to, like, goof off. Yes, do that. Okay, well, it didn't work, but we don't really have a choice. Now 3rd and 10. No, that's not going to do it. I don't think Jalen Hurts is going to throw it like 80 yards, so, yeah. $85 yards, even better. He might not even throw it. Well, he kind of threw it. Yikes. Well, that's not how you close out a playoff game, guys. It was really the Noah Brown play where everything kind of fell apart. What happened in coverage on that play? Because there's nobody in the end zone to stop him. I feel like us losing the Simcast game was the second most predictable thing to happen today after the DeGames curse almost ruined the Ravens. Oh, he got hurt early. Okay. I didn't realize it happened that quick because it seemed like we ran the ball pretty well. Well, that's not fun, is it? All right, let's move on to the next game. Landed on 1, so that would be the other. We're just gonna get all the AFC games done. The Condoms and the Hogs, and this time it finally lands on 2. So that would be the Condoms. Nickinator already told me he wants the all blues. Well, which blue? Do we want dark blue or do we want white blue? White blue. Yeah, that's definitely a color. White blue. Light blue. Perfect. Okay, then we're already there. And then for the condoms, do we want the dark purple, the light purple, or the white? I said I didn't know which. I knew you said blue. I didn't remember which shade of blue. Mother's Day versus Father's Day. Are you really gonna let the? Are you gonna not let the mothers win, Nick Nader? Come on, man. Who's the favorite now? That's a good question. Now that I can't be biased. I feel like it's hard. Like, the one seeds have shown great consistency throughout the year. I feel like I trust the Niners a little bit more than I do Cleveland. And the NFC is also a lot easier. I guess the Browns get to play Toronto. How much do we trust Toronto is the question. The last 2 weeks, they've looked quite good. For a 7th seed, I feel like their upside as a whole is kind of high. So I guess that game could give them some trouble. I trust Hector with my life. Good. That makes one of us. All right, let's finish up in the AFC. So far, the Wildcards are 2-0. We'll see if they can make it 3-0. Poor starting field position to the Condoms as Joe Burrow looks to lead the charge. Had a phenomenal... I think I voted him first for the MVP. Did I? I think I did. I know everybody's MVP votes from what I know. I don't have access to the ballot. But from what I know, I feel like they were all over the place. But I'm pretty sure I voted him. Oh, here's a quick start. And Will Anderson's hurt. That's not good news for the Condoms. You would face the lowest seed, yes. So if the 7th seed wins, you'll play them. If they lose and the 6th seed wins, you'd play them. And if they both lose, you'd play the winner of the other game. Who do you play now? Yes, you play the Browns. Maybe lower the injury slider. Injuries are part of the game, though. That's part of the challenge we have to build around. Like, Sean Tucker got hurt. I didn't see anyone complaining about that. Gotta have depth. It wasn't supposed to be easy. To play by Travis Etienne. Another nice run by Etienne. Look at him go! Quick start for Travis Etienne. The last time we saw the Hogs, they beat up on the Jets, who since looked good against a Huskies team who just beat us. So that win against the Jets has aged pretty well. You're like the Patriots. If prime Tom Brady got hurt, would anyone cry? Exactly. Well, Tom Brady did get hurt in 2008. I didn't watch football then, so I don't know the general reaction, but were people, like, devastated when he tore his knee? Probably not. Here's a good throw on 3rd and 4. I think that's Quentin Johnston. OFL Sim God. And the Dildos finish their first drive in the end zone with ease. Tim Patrick with the score. Cleveland versus the Niners. If I had to pick a favorite, I think I would lean San Francisco. But I don't feel good about it. I think the Niners roster is a little bit more well-rounded. Like, if Lamar Jackson has a rough day in the air, do you trust, like, Austin Eckler and friends on the ground to really get things rolling? I don't know. But if Lamar does look like the MVP Lamar that we've seen during certain watch games, then obviously Cleveland's right at the top of the contenders list. If we get Lamar versus the Niners in the wild card last year, then things are a little different. Here's Saquon Barkley with a quick start for 24. I'm just realizing we're now having Mahomes and Burrow in a playoff game. That's fun. I had the second lead. Oh, second. Who's first? Wink, wink. And the best agent, it's the best now in a year for. Oh, that's not out. I don't think that's a fumble. That play's being reversed. Still a nice. Oh boy, Saquon's hurt. They're gonna review it, right? Yeah. Okay, that was not a fumble. That's still a good play for the Condoms because one, Saquon Barkley's hurt. What a sigh of relief. We saw what happened when Sean Tucker got hurt in the last game. And secondly, they lost like 4 yards to begin with. Trenton Simpson with the play. Eckler is hurt. Oh, okay, even better. I could not tell you who the Browns' backup running back is. I know at one point they had Zach Moss. So it might be him? I feel like there's somebody else who's like equal to Eckler. As Mahomes is sacked by Montez Sweat. What a start for the Condoms. A quick offensive start and a quick defensive start. It's obviously early. We saw what happened in the first game. The Dildos were up 10-0, and didn't end well for them. Here you go. It's intercepted by Christoph Hornsworth III, Huskers player. We've had multiple user defensive players with big plays. Elmer's had the strip sack in the first game, and now Husker gets the interception, and they're going to get the ball at the 23. Unbelievable field position. There's a quick start to the 7. Who's 85? That's not Laporta. No, that's Danny Blaze. I was going to say, that guy's way too small to be Sam Laporta. Is it Travis Ebner? I think his name is Travis. Well, he loses 3. Chris Jones. The defensive sliders are unreal. I will say, I think having the interceptions a little too high is better than like not having any turnovers. I agree they need to be moved down, but there's a nice touchdown by Danny Blaze. Let's just switch this real quick. The first 5 minutes was all about the Condoms, but as we see, turnovers change things rather quick. The interception by Christoph Hornsworth ends up being a 7-point swing. And what was a really bad start for the River Hogs, look at them now. They're right back in the game. How is he a second-string running back? I guess Nick and Nader didn't really focus on running back depth. I guess he didn't plan around Saquon Barkley getting hurt. Octi and dead controllers, nothing has changed. Did you think things changed? Just tempting Saquon to get hurt. Hot take. The Ravens Shamrocks is the greatest OFL. It's up there. I don't know if I would say it's number 1. But it's definitely like at the worst, top 5 to 10. I was not expecting Saquon to get hurt, which feels like a bad thing given his track record. It's a good thing I signed Elijah Mitchell. I guess not that it really mattered, obviously, as we just saw 15 minutes ago. But look at Joe Burrow on the read option. Look at him go! Good run for Joe. 56-40. Yeah, but literally in that same cycle, we had the Chiefs and the Wizards. And I think there was even more points in that game. And the Chiefs ended up making the OFL Bowl as a result. And losing one of Naruto's Mickey Mouse rings. Chiefs would no. There was both teams had over 50 because that game went into overtime. The Chiefs got the ball first. They scored and won the game. The game ended at the overtime coin toss. No one scored a field goal in that overtime. It might have been like nice catch by Quentin Johnston. I want to say it was like 58-52. That would make sense because I think there. I know there was over 100 points, like well over. And I know the team who got the ball first scored and won the game. Because that was before the new playoff overtime rules. That would have started in Madden 23. That would have been fun to have for that game, though. And the Ravens-Shamrocks game. That went into overtime, right? I think it did. Or if not, it was close, obviously. But obviously there's some OFL 20 games that would be up there. The first Niners-Patriots OFL Bowl. This last OFL Bowl has to be super high up there. That was an awesome game. Most of the OFL 23 bowls were really good, too, with the exception of 28-0, obviously. Which I guess everybody else would rank pretty high because it was humiliating. But, like, the Bills-Dreadnoughts game the following season was wild. The last OFL Bowl we had, it wasn't as good as some of those other games because both offenses were abysmal, but the game itself was still pretty exciting. The game after the Ravens-Shamrocks, the OFL Bowl that year, that was a really good game where the Ravens lost to the Rams. I think in overtime. I might be wrong. Holding. Against Colton Miller, the first down will not count. They're backed up to 3rd and 10. Burrow under pressure has to throw it away. Good stop by the defense. Ravens won the overtime coin. Well, that's probably why they won. If the Shamrocks won the overtime coin toss, they probably would have won the game. What about the Ravens and the what was the Brooklyn team in purple? The Beats? They were the Beats, yeah. In the previous round, that game was all, or it might have been the Shamrocks and the Beats. I don't know. The Beats played one of those two teams, and that game was also pretty wild. The end of OFL 22, it's some crazy games. And that was the year at the Hail Mary. We talk about OFL 20 as like the best games, but OFL 22 has to be up there as well. And last year too, honestly. The Ravens won the coin. Oh, there was no overtime. Oh, okay. But they won the overtime. Well, the OFL Bowl wasn't like some crazy high-scoring game like the last round. I do remember the Ravens having multiple chances to win that game, though, against the Rams. The Aviators, I know, had some crazy playoff games that cycle. Obviously, the Justin Fields Niners game. That was funny. This season, T-Law avenges Dan. Why does Dan care about T-Law? Wouldn't Dan root for the Ravens because he played there? Has SG... Oh, he's won quite a few. He had 2 last year. Nearly would have had the one in 22, of course. And I guess he has a chance to win it this year, being that he'll be in the final 8. But he has 2 rings and almost 3. Technically almost 4, because the 2 OFL Bowls he lost were super close. I guess, to be fair, the 2 OFL Bowls he won were also super close. Every SG OFL Bowl appearance is like a cracked out game. Speaking of cracked out, oh my lord, look at Saquon! Back in the game and breaks off a 50-yard touchdown run. SG, Nick, Naruto, Roberto has 2 as well. Hobie also has 2. There's a bunch of people with 2. Hobie has 2, right? Yeah, no, he had 2 in the same cycle. Alpo has... Does Alpo have 2? Yeah, Alpo has like 1.5. So there's a bunch of guys with 2, but there's nobody with 3 yet. Nobody's knocking on the doorstep of me with 4. Although if we keep losing in the first round of the playoffs, somebody's going to get to 3. How 1.5? So in OFL 20, Alpo made the OFL Bowl every year with the Patriots. They won the first year. They lost the next 3 to us. And then the last season, Alpo wasn't the coach of New England. Naruto was. But the Patriots won the bowl. It was the team that Alpo built. But he wasn't the coach. So it's his team that won it. But Naruto took over and made moves to honestly make the team worse. But not worse enough. So Alpo kind of has 2, but like not really. But he's built 2 OFL Bowl champions, put it that way. Nice play to TJ Hawkinson. We've had some fun games so far today. Boink! Dropped it. I just realized we're having the TJ Hawkinson, Sam Laporta Bowl. I guess I have to root for the Riverhogs now, because they have my glorious king. My Pookie Wookie. And Bam Bam Sam. Am I a good coach? I mean, you almost won the OFL Bowl last year, and then you're the number 1 seed this year. Even if your process is a little bit questionable, it's hard to argue with results. Fill me in the game so far. So in the first game, the Dildos were up 10-0 on Baltimore. But the Ravens responded after allowing a defensive touchdown. They ended up winning by, 14? I think it might have been 15. They won by 2 touchdowns. And then the second game, as you can see on the bottom, I don't really want to talk about it. But Sean Tucker got hurt. And the defense forgot how to cover. Replacing no Diddy with no Octi. Armando Alexander's hurt. That's not good. Big-time rookie who had a really good game against the Jets a few weeks back. Which in real time would probably be more than a few weeks. What does no Octi even mean? Like, what did Octi do? No Octi? Does that mean, like, no losing Simcast playoff games? Because I do that pretty often, unfortunately. 3rd and 2, big stop. By, who's 98? Bilal Nichols. Delaware's finest. And the Riverhogs are going to hold on to their lead. So Virginia Beach gets it back after that crazy play by Saquon Barkley, where he had like 6 dudes on top of him and shrugged them all. Bilal Nichols against his former team. I didn't even realize he was on this team. But there you go, a nice little sweet taste of revenge. Oh dear, he's hurt again. Okay. I guess we're getting more Tristan Ebner. He's still on the sideline, so it's not going to take him out for a while. So that's good news for the Hogs. It's been a weird day for Saquon Barkley. His replacement was Chris Jones. Well, that's not a bad replacement. Speak of the devil, here's Chris Jones with the tackle for loss. They're stacking the box. Both of the safeties are in. There's like nobody back deep. Well, if he gets this ball out quick enough, well, he got it out quick enough. Everything about that play was like perfectly executed other than the throw itself. A.J. Brown was wide open. There was also nobody in front of him. Now, he probably would have been out of bounds, but that's risky to have both safeties in on 3rd and 8 with Mahomes at quarterback. It's not like Bryce Young or Sam Howell who's going to dance around in the pocket before making a throw. If it was one of those two, that's a sack. At least this way, they didn't lose yards. They get a net gain of like 7 yards because Mahomes missed the throw. So we'll see if the Condoms can get the lead before halftime. Quentin Johnston's made some nice catches, which is ironic. Second and 1. Short throw caught by ETN for the first down. Who starts with the ball? Didn't the Condoms start with the ball because they scored a touchdown in the first drive? Yeah, it was. So the Hogs will get the ball first in the second half. Bob the Builder or Patrick Mahomes? Who's committed more war crimes? I feel like by default it's got to be Bob the Builder, right? Because theoretically, as a construction worker, he could put like some faulty material in the buildings. Quentin Johnston with another crazy catch, and he's gone. That ball looked like it was tipped by the defensive back too. Quentin Johnston, unironically, has some of the best hands in the league. Wouldn't be surprised to see a 2-point conversion. Oh no, they're just going to kick. Okay. Why is Quentin Johnston like the equivalent of Randy Moss in OFL? 2 years in a row. Doesn't matter. He's been on like 3 or 4 different teams since the start of OFL 23, and on every team, dude is literally Randy Moss. Why would we not take 2? I would have gone for 2 there, but I think the rationale is that it's a little bit early. There's still plenty of time in the first half. Like, I think if it was the fourth quarter, they would have done it, but there's probably going to be a lot more points scored. So more of an opportunity to where it's going to be a round score. So that way they just guarantee they get the 1. They're still up by 6. Say the Hogs kick a field goal at the end of the first half. You feel a lot better being up by 3 as opposed to being up by 2. So I think that's the rationale behind it. Even though I probably would have gone for 2, but I don't have an issue with the call. Me taking Quentin Johnston in the 10th was such a steal. There was a part of me that was like, at some point, I should probably pick Quentin Johnston because he was so good last year. But on the other hand, it was like, what's to say he's going to do it again? And, well, he did it again. Who's going to overdraft Quentin Johnston next year when he's like a 70 overall with normal development? And turn him into a beast? Why are they throwing such short passes? You don't exactly have time to play with here, Patrick. It's now 3rd and 8. You're just going to run the ball. After calling a timeout, you're going to get the ball to Tristan Ebner. Bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see if it pays off. If you knew you were going to do that, why'd you call the timeout? It's his build. His build is elite. I have like 3 6'3" receivers, and I just lost in the first round. No fair. Mike Williams, Rashee Rice, and George Pickens are all big. Why can't I have fun stuff like this? I guess Mike Williams did play really well. He gets a pass. And Rashee Rice didn't really play. So he also gets a pass. Do yours have dreads? Well, Mike Williams and Rashee Rice do. So, yeah, 2 of them do. Because Jalen Hurts was good in the Simcast portion of the game. To be fair. Did you do well at the end? No. God, no. But before that, he was good enough, especially considering we did not have a running back for most of the game. Joe Burrow's having himself a day. Ever since the first interception, he's been cooking. Whoever has this guy in FGFL must be a pretty good team, am I right? And now Albuquerque's going to kick and add to their lead. This is why they didn't go for 2. Because had they gone for 2 and missed it, it would have been a 1-score game. But now it's a 2-score game. So that's why it worked out. That's why I guess I'm not the coach, and instead I'm in Cancun. I imagine they're just going to run the clock out. You know, if they had a serious running back, he could have turned the corner and gotten like 6. You just traded for him, so don't act... I never said I was special because of him. I'm just saying whoever has him might be in for a good season. I'm just saying it's a possibility because I think he's pretty good. All right, let's move into the second half. The Condoms lead by 9. But still plenty of time for Virginia Beach to figure it out. They do start with the ball. I think the big question is who's going to show up at running back? Because, again, Saquon was only on the sideline. So at some point he's going to come back in the game. Is that Saquon? It looks like it. 26. He's back in the game. Over under 5 minutes when he gets hurt again. Mahomes has gone short a lot. Like, he's 9 for 11. Do I say it again? I'm going to hold off again. He's 9 for 11, but he is averaging less than 10 yards per completion. This isn't Mac Jones, guys. This is Mahomes. Ooh, Chris Jones is hurt. When I saw the injury, I thought it was going to be Saquon Barkley. He took kind of a hard hit. Oh, he's going to the locker room. That's not good news. Chris Jones has had a good game. He's had multiple plays in run defense where he's really splashed. So his day is done. We'll see if he's out for a while. For a split second, I thought that was the defender. Because it looked like an interception animation, the way Laporta was, like, turning originally. Good thing I didn't say picked off. That would have been kind of bad. But instead, it's my Pookie Wookie Bear, Sam Laporta, to the 35. Woo! Nice move by Saquon. Since I proved I can beat Octi, can I join OFL? Who's going to tell him? Actually, there's multiple answers to the who's going to tell him. FGF. Well, that's not for me to decide. Although I think I can answer on their behalf. With the answer being a two-letter word that starts with N. Ooh, that was dangerous. Both guys could have caught that. Especially Bryant, the defender. Why not? I've matured. I'm not saying you should or shouldn't. I'm just saying they run things differently. I'm not saying you haven't gotten better. I think you have. But their way is different than my way. Mahomes. Boink! That was right off his noggin. He wasn't even trying to throw it to Jordan Addison. He just obstructed the ball path. Are they, like, racist to me? No, I don't think it's a you thing. Well, actually, it is a you thing, but it's not that. Dot in the end zone from Mahomes to Bam Bam Sam. Sam Laporta with the touchdown. It's a one-score game. Big drive by Mahomes. He made some good throws on that possession. Sam Laporta, in particular, had some very big plays. Quinn Johnson had 112 yards in the first half. My goodness. I knew it was a lot. I would not have guessed it was that much. I would have thought it would have been like 70 or 80. We definitely ain't racist. Are you sure about that? No, I'm kidding. What a throw by Burrow! Khalil Shakir, these hips don't lie. 75 yards on the first play of the drive for Khalil Shakir. And the Condoms get their points right back. What a play by Burrow. Navigating through the pocket. Looks like Puma Whitlock the way he's dicing up through these defenders. Man, what a play. There's a reason why I voted this guy first for MVP. He's pretty good. I have mixed kids. Don't let the name fool you. You have kids. Did you not know that Crack was older than most of us? Here's Mahomes up the middle. What is FGFL? FGFL is another Madden Sim League. There are some similarities to this, and there's also some differences. The biggest similarity is that my teams win 12 games every year and get eliminated in the first or second round of the playoffs every year. Boy, hit a retirement. He's 40, not 70. That's why I'm so much more mature than everybody else. To be fair, even if you were 20, you'd still be above probably 75% of the league. Stop coping. Oh, I'm just trying to have fun with it. If my team is going to lose in the first round, I might as well, rather than dwell on it, try to make a joke out of it. 40 is the new 60. I don't think that's how it works. How do I file my taxes? You can probably find the answer on YouTube or Google. The internet can give you anything. You don't need to make a joke out of it. Your team's already a joke. To be fair, we only lost by 8. It's not like we got blown out. Nice throw. Jordan Addison to the 10. I feel like it's less embarrassing to lose by 8 than lose by 28, no? I'm just realizing the irony with a 28-point deficit. I should have picked any other number. You lost to the 7th. The 7th seed wins a game every year. That's not like an accomplishment. Every year in OFL, at least one of, if not both of the 2 seeds lose. We've never had a 2 seed win in OFL 24. They're 0-3. As Saquon Barkley is in for a touchdown. The offense is just going to keep on coming. Pause. No diddy. Is there like a big wait list? It's more so like the guys who run the league prefer for like them to be super familiar with everybody. They're a little bit stricter than me, put it that way. Which is not necessary. I'm not saying that like to be a bad thing. There's pros and cons in my opinion in both ways. Norris Doris has the same amount of rings as Jalen Hurts, okay? We've only gone through 2 years of this cycle. You said this was going to be the Frank era. You should be getting it worse than me. At least all I said was that I think my team's going to win the bowl. That's not that crazy. It was wrong, obviously, but I feel like there's having confidence and then there's that. We have the rain too. We stole Max. Mac gives you that winning culture. See, there you go. Look at it like that. 3rd and inches, good run by ETN. Saquon Barkley's overshadowed him, but he's had a nice game too. That is the wrong button. This one's more laid back and fun and not serious. FGFL is more work and takes more. I would agree with that. I think that's a good way to put it. The FGFL is a little bit more hardcore. This is a little bit more laid back. Both leagues are super competitive, though. But the other one, like especially with like scouting and like the off-season process and whatnot, there's more to it. And it's definitely more scheduled. Definitely. How would I be in FGFL? How do I be honest? And say this nicely. Because you've done a good job with the 49ers. Genuinely. But I don't know if you would have as much luck. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm wrong. I was wrong about you going into last year. I was less wrong about you going into this year, I guess. They would have hated you. You would be gone in a week. He's not like that bad, is he? I guess he does say some out-of-pocket things that, like, would be less likely to fly there, probably. If Octi's chat gets upset by my comments, then you definitely wouldn't be able to... Yes, exactly. He joins DC and he gets banned as soon as they hear his voice because they realize he's like 13. They hear his voice and he's done. Perfect. We're on the exact same wavelength. That's going to be a face mask. I would say automatic 15, but instead it's going to be half the distance to the goal line, along with a nice run. Why is Joe Burrow cooking on these read options? He's not like slow, but... Why could he move like that? I just joke around. I know you joke around, which is why most of the stuff you say I let go. Most of it. More ruthless, but lower by players' ratings for saying hard pass to joining the league as a coach. Well, that situation I don't fully understand, but I'm not going to jump into it because I might be missing context. Good throw. Is that Quentin Johnston again? Have yourself a day, QJ. You'd probably be a bottom... Didn't Pokemon... Didn't he make the conference championship? He's made the conference championship in both leagues. Damn. Maybe Pokemon's better at this than we think. Hear me out. So the Hogs are going to get it back. We've had no defense here in the second half. I think every drive since halftime has been a touchdown. Which, as long as this game continues to be a track race, that bodes well for Albuquerque because they have the 2-score lead. Do the same people run it as this league? No, because I don't run it. There's some similar faces in both, but it's ran by different groups. Pokemon got a full insanity run by facing an injured Chiefs team. Pepperjack's Browns made the second round last year? Damn, good for him. Shout out Pepperjack. So you're saying he got 2 insanity runs in a row? He fluked the win against the Panthers and had the game's devil magic have him beat the Bears. But I guess Pokemon beat you both. Maybe Pokemon owns Todd. Who knows? Injuries into games magic, that smells like excuses. Oh, here goes Saquon again! I feel like I'm watching one of those Sean Tucker games. As Javon Kinlaw's hurt. I feel like I'm watching the original seasons of Dragons franchise, watching Javon Kinlaw get hurt. I forgot about all the times he got injured because it felt like it was every game he played. The OFL one was purely the NFC was awful outside of I feel like there was some luck with it. Carolina was pretty good, and obviously the Bears were pretty good. And the games helped. Second and 2. Mahomes is going to lose yards. They're going to call it a design run. Montez Sweat forces a loss of 5. Saquon's in. I didn't even notice that. 3rd and 7 now. And they've got A.J. Brown in the end zone for a touchdown. The track meet will not end. Defense never matter. All it might take is one stop for the Hogs to potentially be able to win the game. But they haven't gotten that at all in the second half. So on one hand, it's like, had they given you any reason to think they're going to get a stop? But on the other hand, if they get the ball back and it's a 1-score game, they've scored a touchdown every time they've gotten the ball in the second half. I know this is my is it? I mean, as long as Trevor Lawrence is a high rating, your team's going to have a chance to at least make the playoffs. And then once we get into the watch phase of the season, anything can happen. So I wouldn't be so sure this is it for you. Sure, you're going to have regression hit you like a tank. What if they had like 15 starters retire, though? That would be kind of funny. I don't think that's going to happen, but 3rd and 9. Look at Burrow. He's had himself a really nice day on the ground. 4 for 50. Octi is a great team, but he can't beat me in the playoffs. To be fair, I've only lost once. I mean, I guess I haven't beaten you in the playoffs, so mathematically you're not wrong. All because that damn Debo. And now I'm putting the pieces together that Debo just beat me today. Wow, Debo Samuel kind of owns me. Maybe I shouldn't have traded him away. Actually, yes, I should have. I got a ridiculous haul for him. I don't regret that in the slightest. Maybe I do because of the result of this game, but... Clock is ticking. 2.5 to go. Can the run defense clutch up? Are you going to watch the EA college football trailer? I thought it was on Thursday. I thought they said it was on the 16th. I don't want to wait more than I was already going to. I also saw a rumor that they might do the Madden trailer too. We're finally going to find out what they call Madden 25. I've been wondering this for a decade. They can't just call it Madden 20. They already have Madden 25. You can't do that again, can you? Matt Hennessy's hurt. The big thing about this play is that the condoms are the ones who have to call the timeout. It is Thursday. Okay, that's what I thought. More importantly, are we getting South Alabama or Middle Tennessee State? I'm curious to see if we get any information on Dynasty and whatnot. Good play. I think that's Shakir. I'm curious to see how much information we get on Dynasty, because if we do, then I guess within the next few weeks we can figure out, A, what type of series I'm going to run, because I don't know what I'm doing, and then B, what team I would use. Madden 35, revisit the problem. Just push the can down the road every 10 years. This year's Madden 35, then when it's supposed to be 35, we do 45. If we just push it back 10 years, every 10 years, we're never going to have to figure out the problem. You might be onto something. Second and 6, solid gain for ETN, and this is it. First down ends it. You got to run the ball here, because even if you don't get it, there's going to be like 20 seconds left. They cannot pass it. For the game, why are you throwing the ball? Okay, that works. He's out of bounds, but they got the first down, so the game is over. That works. A silly play call, but it gets the job done. An offensive shootout will be won by the Condoms 37-35. So the Condoms will play the Ravens. Ooh, that's actually kind of an interesting game. The Condoms are going to play the Ravens. And the Huskies are going to play the Browns. Interesting. That's a very intriguing slate of 4 teams. Like, it sucks my team's not there. But unbiasedly, that sets up, I feel like, for a fun conclusion to the AFC. We're not fully ignoring it. How many playoff wins does Giddy have? Off the top of my head, I don't know. But whatever it was, it's now +1. Patrick Mahomes had a pretty good game, but Joe Burrow had a really good game. He had the interception early, but other than that, he was pretty much flawless. Saquon Barkley had a great game. He got injured twice, but he was really good. ETN was solid. Quentin Johnston had one hell of a performance. Khalil Shakir actually led the team in yards, surprisingly. But after the first half, there was literally no defense. You could have just had the offense out on the field and take the 11 guys on defense off of the field, and it would have made a difference. All right, so now let's move on to the NFC, the inferior conference. We should have saved the AFC for last, because since the AFC is so much better, you got to save best for last, right? Well, we have one watch game in the NFC and 2 simcasts, so we'll start with one of the simcasts, which is the 2-7 game and the 3-6 game. So the Carolina game is 1 and the Eagles game is 2. And it lands on 2. We'll start with the Eagles and the Caps. It lands on 2 again. That would be the Eagles. Best for last was made up by losers. I personally support the best to last motion. I will side with the losers. Who is the Caps head coach? The Caps head coach is Jax, who have had quite the turnaround from last year, where they were one of the... Didn't they not win a game until like 3 weeks left in the year? And then they won 2 in a row and they missed out on Warren Flowers. They made the playoffs, so it's fine. And they really shouldn't have been that bad last year. They've been a good team on paper. And obviously it showed this year. They got the 6th seed. So what uniforms would we like? The Caps have some weird combinations. Let's go through what the Caps have. They've got white. They've got blue. Why is the controller spazzing out? I kind of like... Hold on. This is the blue. And then this is the red. I kind of dig... Oh, do they not have red pants? Oh, they don't. Oh, no, yes they do. Okay. I kind of dig the red jerseys and the blue pants. I honestly think that looks nice. Where is it? Yeah, this one right here. This goes hard. All black. The Eagles, we've got green, we've got white, we've got black, and we've got Kelly green. And we also have those weird, like, blue and yellow uniforms, but we don't want to use that. Those are ugly. Which ones are those? Yeah, no, we're not using that. No! All black with... Let's look at black and Kelly green. I mess with that. That looks kind of cool. I see all white, I see all red. I feel like if we do black for the Eagles, we can't really have them wear blue, which is fine. Or at least blue jerseys. I kind of like this jersey matchup. What do we think about this? Any complaints? Going once, going twice? I need either South Alabama of Coach Cardell Simpson or Middle Tennessee State with... Pick your poison with Middle Tennessee State. Yeah, they've got like 4 guys you can pick. If I do like a regular dynasty with like regular rosters, though, I'd probably base off of what the rosters look like now, as opposed to like South Alabama or Middle Tennessee State. If I were to theoretically sim in the future, then that obviously like changes things a little bit. But again, I need to figure out what we're getting in dynasty mode before I can even think about A, what type of series I'm running, and B, what type of team I want. Oh no, this is Simcast. That's right. Okay. All right. Just have next up be like every few Westlake episodes. So what, I'm doing 2 NCAA series is? That would probably rake in quite a bit of money, because I guess that's probably going to be high viewer demand. You might be onto something. Caps starting with the ball. They're looking good early. Give us a next up lore accurate dynasty. Next up 2.0. There's your lore. What time am I going to have with that? After like the start of September, no clue. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So the Caps score a touchdown, but the Eagles are marching quickly. And they get a touchdown of their own. When did my favorite creator turn into a money-hungry creator? I didn't say I'm doing it for the money. I'm just saying it would help the pockets. Who doesn't like to help the pockets? This game has been a continuation of the last game. There's no defense. And right as I say that, Bobby Wagner with an interception. Bobby Wagner making plays in OFL playoff games. I feel like that doesn't happen as much as it should. Because whenever he's on Nick's team, they don't go far enough. The Caps don't do anything off the turnover. Sacked by Sharif Woolen, the rookie, but they get a first down on 3rd and long to Cortland Sutton. I forgot this team had Sutton. They've got a bazillion receivers. DeAndre Hopkins at tight end, Charger legend, bolt up. Marvin Mims, of course. Garrett Wilson is here as well. Control South Alabama or Middle Tennessee State for the money. How would that help with the money, though? Then, like, if new people are going to find it, they're not going to know the lore. They're not going to know the Middle Tennessee State masterclass we've witnessed over the last 2 years. 21-14 going into half. Looks like another good game. So we can all get more excited for the Seahawks franchise. I'm going to have to start thinking of Madden teams before you know it. I'd be lying if I said I hadn't thought about it like a tiny bit. But obviously we haven't really gone anywhere with that. Nebraska, return to glory for the money then. What if somebody big does Nebraska, though? Because I feel like the perfect team to pick. Former good program in a big conference with the #1 recruit at quarterback. The Eagles can take their first lead of the game, and they will, 28-21. Caps got to respond. They're losing momentum quickly into the 4th, and they have responded quick, but it's picked. Isaac, I ate him with the interception. 3rd and 12. Hopkins gets 16. 5:50. Is it too early to jump in? Similarly with the Chargers game, I'm willing to hop in earlier for playoff games because I want to give teams the opportunity to win the game and watched. If they had the number 1 recruit, is it really a rebuild? Yes, because the rest of the team isn't that good. And for all we know, the number 1 recruit might suck. Look at Quinn Ewers. I see 1 vote for no. Does anybody else have a vote? Are we really going to let Frank pick for us? No, you guys are lame. I think we should have hopped in there. I want to hop in earlier for playoff games, but if everybody says no, I'll allow it. Okay, we have to hop in now after they score, assuming they do score, which now they might not. Hold on. 4th and goal at the... I feel like we got to... Do we want to hop in for this play? Because we haven't seen the rest of the drive, but it's 4th and goal at the 1. What do we think? They're obviously going to go for it. Imagine if they kick. That'd be hilarious. They're not going to. But that... Okay, everyone's good with it. All right. 4th and goal at the 1. We're starting off in quite the spot. Not even the 1. It's the half-yard line. Nobody's in the backfield. Why? Stroud, quick throw, incomplete. Looks like Stroud's having a great game. But the Eagles get the stop. I'm not really sure how I feel about the All Blacks and the Kelly Greens in the game. It looks kind of weird. Farther away, like from this angle, it looks kind of good. But close up, it looks kind of weird. Coleridge isn't him. Coleridge was completing like 80% of his passes. It looked like he had a good game. New Jersey Police Department. Why would the New Jersey Police Department call? Why would I be wanted in New Jersey? Decline it. I did decline it. I have priorities. You guys are my priority, damn it. For all the but why would the New Jersey department care? They don't care in New Jersey. Octi tried touching me so he could win. How does that, like, help my chances? I don't see how that affects the result of the Madden Sim game. Like, if I was playing against you, that's one thing. That's still gross regardless. Drake or Octi, top 1 child lover. God. You fled to New... Oh, okay. But if I did it with Ja, why would I go to New Jersey? Because that's, like, near New York City. It was so traumatized and changed my depth chart. Well, if you did, I didn't make any changes to your team before the game. So, congratulations. Also, congratulations to the Eagles. They just won. The big 3. Drake, P. Diddy, and Octi. Big 3? Isn't it just Big Me? Is that the saying? I don't know. It is now. So the Eagles shave off the upset attempt by the Caps. Philadelphia's moving on. They'll play against the 2 seed if they win, which is Carolina. If the Giants were to win, the Eagles will play the winner of the other game, being the Bears and the Cowboys. I feel like all 3 of those games would be really fun regardless, because Eagles-Cowboys, obviously, a divisional rivalry. We saw them play against each other early in the year. Eagles-Bears, I feel like, would be fun trash talk, and then Eagles-Panthers would be fun, too, because Carolina can beat literally anyone. What is good, Vatchan? Welcome in. Hope you're doing well, my guy. Good first playoff game out of Alpo Pull after, obviously, a phenomenal first regular season. CJ Stroud was also pretty good. Missed the throw late, of course, and never got a chance after that. Hockey quoted Kendrick. Hector broke him. Oh, I've already been OFL broken. This loss is nothing new. Is Eagles-Niners possible? Not in the second round, but in the I almost said the Western Conference Finals. I don't know where I got that from. In the NFC Championship, it is possible if you both win, which would also be a good game. All right, we have one more watched, one more simcast. We'll start with watched. Bears and Cowboys. This is going to be something. I'm curious to see how this game goes. Lands on 2. That's the Bears. The last time we saw the Bears in the playoffs, it was an experience, that's for sure. An experience. The Bears. All right, what uniforms will we like, gentlemen? You've got blue, you've got white, you've got orange, and you've got Michigan. We're just calling this Michigan. Current alternate classics, but full blue. Okay. So that's not it. Do you mean... Oh, probably blue pants. They don't really have blue pants, do they? They have like an ugly, not even like a teal, but like an ugly teal. I want to see if going with the Michigans lets me cheat to win. Good strategy. All right, in that case, let's rock and roll. I'm gonna fill up my drink. Don't gossip about me within the next 30 seconds. Ooh, it's snowing! All right, we're back. One more watch game left to go for the wild card round. We've been treated. English is hard. We've been treated to some good games so far. A lot of offenses. We get to look at another rookie quarterback, Hector Turkey Estrada. Is that his? I don't even remember his actual name. It's something like that. Hockey's filling up minors. Is my water cup minor? I just filled that up with water and not something else. Good kick return. They're going to start it around the 30. Why is he wearing 14? We probably should have thought to change that earlier. That looks foul. I get it's only one number off from what he actually wears, technically. Just cross out the 1. Let's put a big X on the 1. Was the water cup made under 18 years ago? Let's see if it says. The tag is pretty worn off. It looks like it says made in China, but most of China's like worn away. But it was made in China, so do with that what you will. Jerome Ford loses 2. That answers my question if Jerome Ford is the Browns' backup running back. The answer is no. Because he's here. Good job. You filled up an adult. Yay! It's not a child. What happened to Najee Harris? It turns out that Najee Harris has no vision and isn't good. I'm kidding. Well, I'm half not kidding. He was actually kind of good after they fired Matt Canada, unironically. And of course, here, he's the greatest receiver in OFL history. Your team is too good to win in the postseason. I like that angle. That's the angle I'm going to take. We want everybody else to have a chance, so we're letting them. I like that. I'm using that as my new excuse. What did I miss? I don't know when you left, but the Eagles beat the Caps. And if you missed the Condoms game, the Condoms beat the Hogs. He broke his elbow. Someone has to cue in the meme where the guy says, I don't care that you broke your elbow. Your logic is broken when it's when it's the Simcast who beats you. Get it right. Sean Tucker is too injury prone for you. Sean Tucker has not gotten hurt before this time. For a running back to have gotten hurt once in a 2-year span is honestly pretty impressive. He just chose the wrong time to get hurt. He's injury prone the same way Puma Whitlock is injury prone, where he's not actually injury prone, he just gets hurt in unlucky spots. Make me a hard man. Whoa. Pause. Shout out Charger legend McCole Hardman, who played a whole 0 games here, I think. These unis do go hard in the snow. Both teams' uniforms look good in the snow, especially Dallas's. Doesn't fit my agenda. Don't care. I feel like every agenda you've had is wrong, though. So, does it really work? He should have gotten hurt when his team was making a playoff push like Nick Chubb. There you go. My Darius Garland agenda is spot. Okay. A blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. A broken clock is right twice a day. Congrats on being right about that. Devontae Smith with the first down. Devontae Smith in a Cowboys jersey looks foul. I know we've seen him with the Cowboys before, but that also looks foul. At least his jersey number's right, though. That's a good point. At least it's not like an OFL 22 where he was on the Browns, so obviously we saw him quite a bit, and he wore like 89 or something hideous. There's a good throw. What did I miss? I'm back. I also don't know when you left, but the Eagles beat the Caps in a pretty close game. The Condoms finished off the Hogs in an offensive shootout. My belief saying that Sengun was like Jokic when he was He's not like Jokic. Let's slow down. He's a good player who has a chance to be an all-star in the future. But goddamn it, he is not Nikola Jokic. Wait, oh, you've been gone for a while. Yeah, we don't need to talk about it. We're here to talk about like the fun results, the interesting games. Not that one. He's Dollar General Jokic. There you go. Shaq or Ed Reed or Henry Ruggs on the highway. Who hits harder? I want none of them. I want Darren Sharper. Bro is never beating the Plummer allegations. If I get an actual watched playoff game, I'll have a chance to beat the Plummer allegations. I need a watch game, though. I thought that was going to be picked. Ooh, that was close. Jerome Ford might be my daddy. No Diddy. I'm not going to say no, Octi. I'm not going to do it. He's Jokic with less offensive bag, but better deep. Jokic is a better defender than people realize. Darren Sharper is a groper. I should have just kept my mouth shut. I knew he was in prison. I didn't know what he did. I thought it was like, not that. Dak floats it up, incomplete. Third and 1. They get the first to the 1. Who's 87? Michael Mayer. I did not know this team had Michael Mayer. Oh, that's right. They got him for They got him with B.J. Ojulari for Sam Laporta and a bunch of other stuff. I forget what the other stuff was. As they get the touchdown from Jerome Ford. And the Dallas Cowboys score first. A first. Oh, there you go. Shout out Blowjob Ojolari. And a bigger shout out to my Pookie Wookie Sam Laporta. So here returns Hector Turkey Estrada. BJ was on a depoy pace before he got... I don't know about depoy. Let's slow down a little bit. He was playing well, but I don't know about all that. Gain of 2 for Bijan Robinson. I will never forget the people for robbing my coach of the... We haven't even, said the results. Who knows if he won? I don't know if he won. Nickinator has the votes, not me. 2 sacks, and he did not have 2 sacks and 3 TFLs per game. There's no chance. Obviously, that is depoy pace. This happened once. I'm delusional. Okay, fair enough. Josh Allen was actually snubbed from the depoy ballot. I would agree or disagree, but I don't remember his numbers. I just remember that he played well. Another stolen drive for the Bears. We're actually getting a defensive game for once. Is it the snow or is it because of the Bears? That's the real question. $15 sacks and led the league in TFL. Damn. Maybe he did get snubbed. It's not my fault he's not on the ballot. I definitely did not have some influence on who made it and who didn't. No, totally not. It's because we don't offense. All we got to do is put the Chargers offense with the Bears defense. That's what we got to do. Which is weird because, in theory, the Chargers defense should be made for watch games, but apparently you can't get everything you want. So... instead of being against each other, we just got to work together. We each get half a ring. Now 3rd and 10. Dak under some pressure. Nope, incomplete. That could have been dangerously bad for the Cowboys. Sack, turnover. The lost Chicago Char Bears would ruin everyone. That's fire. We need to make this happen. The Char Bears. I like it. Austrian painter joins commie with mustache. Okay, that's kind of funny. I can't lie. Who's the Austrian... Wait. Oh, wait. No, that's Stalin. Never mind. That took me too long to figure out who the second person was. Because when I saw mustache, I was thinking of Hitler, but obviously he's the Austrian painter. He can't be both of the people. The Austrian painter and the Russian mustachio maestro will join forces to kill OFL. Well, technically, wouldn't the Black Knights be Hitler? For Jadolf Hitler? 3rd and 2. Nice run for Bijan. They are in Paris. Who's in Paris? The Black Knights are now in Poland, as far as I'm aware. They might be in Russia, too, for Joseph Stalin. They have Quiplash on Discord. You're telling me I didn't need to buy that Jackbox pack that one time? And they have it on Discord now? I really used my $20 for something that we could now get for free? Say vinegar slowly. Then... Gur. You're not getting me, buddy. Nothing with black in the name are associated with the Austrian painter, as he was a big fan of anything that wasn't white, blonde, or blue-eyed. I remember in elementary school, they were trying to show the people who Hitler liked and who the people who Hitler didn't like. And there was probably like 3 or 4 of us in the liked category. I was one of Hitler's children. Wow, that sounds so bad out of context. Holy cow. I take it back. I take it back. Forget I said that, please. I'll do anything. Third and 12. Why did I say that? He is incomplete, throwing it to the middle of nowhere. I'm sorry, hold on. Okay, I think I'm good now. Jeez. Alright, they're going to have to punt the ball. Have they had the ball twice? Or I think they had it 3 times, and they've done nothing with it. What a punt! Down at the 7. Octi is the Pennsylvania painter. Is there something wrong with painting here? Sell me your YouTube channel $1,000 before I ruin your life. Oh, you try. Dak has completed 9 passes for 62 yards. That's the kind of game it's been. We've had all these crazy offensive shootouts, and then boom, there's this. The Cowboys scoring that touchdown really was a big deal because this might end 7-0. Is this Justin Herbert? To be fair, at least Hector Turkey Estrada is not throwing 4 picks. He's not turning the ball over. He's just not moving him down the field. Painters give Hitler a bad rep. Those damn painters, man. Shaking my head. So now we'll get another punt for the Cowboys. Maybe this is the drive the Bears do something. They're going to have plus field position. They're going to start at worst at like the 40. Perfect. He was at the 40. Aren't I a smart guy? And they're going to end up at the 50. What is going on, Nick? Welcome in. You haven't missed anything good. Don't look at the bottom. Okay, you can look at the bottom now. Here's Bijan Robinson. He gets 8. Apparently, Octi's one of Hitler's children. I wasn't thinking, okay? It was out of context. Sometimes you put 2 thoughts together and it makes a stupid thought. Oh, what a throw by Hector Turkey Estrada to the 11. Does that say you lost to Hector? I have like 3 half-reasonable excuses. To be fair, Sean Tucker got hurt in the second quarter. The game was a simcast until the end, which we know my team doesn't respond well to that. And, what's my other... Oh, we just chose not to cover one play. There you go. That's my 3. Huskies had the Huskies were down with like 30 seconds left. I wouldn't say they had a field day. You were winning in... I wasn't... No, I wasn't. Wait. Yes, I was. But Sean Tucker also got injured. So, it kind of offset. The simcast excuse works for Sean Tucker getting injured. You said 3. No, I just said 3. I didn't say 3.5. And to be fair, the watch portion of the game was only like 3 minutes. We can't really make a 3-minute... we can't judge a 3-minute sample size for a whole game. Did I say 3? Well, then let me think of the half. I thought I said 3, but I'll try to get you one more. The half excuse would be probably Jalen Hurts not outrunning that one defender on the 3rd down after we had the interception and we're up by 3. When everybody thought the game was rigged, hilariously. Well, here's a nice... We had some good kick returns today. Co-Parter, the super-duper team lost to the power of friendship. The fact that you didn't think we're a super-duper team is a compliment. I'll take it. The half is that you didn't get to play the Jets' defense. Why couldn't we play the Jets? The Huskies were one of the teams I did not want to play against, if I remember correctly. So I was right. I don't think we would have lost to the Jets. Although I don't know that for sure, so... Chargers probably still... Do we need to remember who their the Jets quarterback is? What's the Rams team overall? I couldn't tell you. I haven't looked at the Rams depth chart for quite a bit. I didn't have anything to change today. I wonder why. Probably because they won like 5 games. With the power of a Simcast, Jets win. A Simcast Jets win. I feel like that wouldn't happen. Although with our first round luck, I wouldn't rule it out. We started a little bit before 6:30, yeah. From the 20. They get 6. They don't even need to, like, go quick. Clock is on their side. Yeah, chew clock. I just sucked a Goblin King to death. Good for you. Okay, now they have to move quick. They have 18 seconds. That could have been bad. Stephon Gilmore was, like, right there. They were asking for trouble. 2nd and goal. Somebody's in the zone. Who is that? They've got to call the time. Maybe they shouldn't have wasted all that time earlier. Okay, they're going to call the time and then kick. That's probably the right way to manage it. I feel like you can make the argument, though, call the timeout with 8 seconds and then throw it for the end zone. That probably would have been the better scenario, but at least this way you're going to score. Okay, that works. They're up by 7. I could not tell you who started with the ball because we've had about 7 possessions each way. So, we'll find out in about 20 seconds, unless somebody remembers. The Browns made the 1 seed by Lamar Jackson alone. I mean, without Lamar, they did win, like, what? How many games did you win last year? 5? 4? Was Lamar on the MVP ballot? I would think so. If not, he should have been, considering the jump that the team made from bottom, like, 5 or 10 to the number 1 seed with the best record in the entire league. Because they had a better record than... I think San Francisco had the same as us. And obviously the Browns were ahead of us. As long as you have a quarterback, you have a chance. I think that's the one thing, like, with Madden 24 Sim that I really like compared to, like, past years, where, like, the quarterback position really matters. Like, last year, I can have 65 overall Matt Corral, and my team can be the 2 seed and lose in the first round. But now if I want to do that, I need a good quarterback. I just started a blood crip war. Go team! Todd might get cooked by the Cowboys again. That's hilarious. Todd and I did all that talking last year for us to possibly have 0 combined playoff wins through 2 seasons. Through 1 season is one thing. Through 2 seasons is still one thing. Because we've both been hit with poor circumstances. And this game is obviously not over. They're only down by 7. Let's slow down. It's sad how Matt Corral has accomplished more than Daniel got. Matt Corral was good. How many times do you guys need that engraved in your head? He was a good player. Daniel Godley's numbers, I think, were also better. Especially his first year. His second year, they were a little worse. But his first year, his numbers were better than Matt Corral's ever were. So, they were both good, but not great players. It's pretty simple. I don't think I can use QB management as an excuse. I wonder how the offenses would play if the weather was, like, not snowy and windy. I feel like that would change things at least a little bit. A good player who scored how many points in the... He scored 0. The same amount that you have scored. He was a good player. It's just that he played against a super team who was a little bit better than us. And played a lot better in that game. But the score tells you that. Both the Browns and the Niners... Oh, did the Niners win 14? Okay, well then they're equal. Still. My point from earlier remains. Lamar Jackson and the Browns are very, very good. We've seen my team play offense before. Don't make excuses for me. Fair enough. There's still time. You're only down by 7. Speaking of quarterbacks, who's going to snag all that? How many teams like desperately need quarterbacks is the real question. How many teams like need quarterbacks, and how many teams are like genuinely satisfied? Like, will go into next season excited with their guy. Like, there's teams like the Eagles, just the first team that popped in my head because they were on the bottom of the screen, who it's like, yeah, they have a great quarterback. They obviously don't need one. They're going to go into next year very excited with Mr. Pohl. But then there's other teams who, like, they don't need one, but they can upgrade. Isn't this a mid QB class? Who knows? You're going to have to scout to find out. Next round of scouting's due, I think, before the OFL Bowl, right? I assume Littlejaw... Well, Littlejaw does have Tua. He doesn't have to. I feel like everybody, like, dogs on Tua, but if he doesn't draft one and picks a really good player, I wouldn't really bat an eye. Or if he trades down. But if he starts Tua, that's not a bad way to go. He's not that bad. He just kind of he was unlucky in Denver. And then the Jameis Mickey Mouse run happened. That was weird. The 4 games that Jameis played where he was like Jesus. That didn't make sense. Tua's like a 90 who I feel like can play like a 90 but just hasn't consistently shown it. But like, unless one of those guys is really good, which is obviously possible, I have no idea how good they are. But if none of those guys are Warren Flowers or Alpo Pohl, then I don't know, I'd be hard-pressed not to stick with Tua. Joe Burrow is a scary quarterback to play against in the playoffs. Yes, he is. That performance against the Hogs moved me. The Condoms went from a team who, like, they can win the bowl, but I didn't really see it happening, to now, like, yeah, that team can make a run. I'm on the wagon. It's like last year, I have to find a team to root for after the first round of the playoffs. Who do I want to win? 3rd and inches, Bijan is stuffed. What do you do on 4th and 2? I don't think they're going to go for it, but you could make an argument. Down by 7, you might not be this close again. I like this call. It's a playoff game. This might be one of your last chances, because who knows if they're going to get this close again. See? Good decision. Is it Jordan Davis? Well, it's not Jordan Davis. He might be big, but Jordan Davis is on, he's on Baltimore. Are we doing 6? I have no clue how many seasons we're doing. I have not thought that far ahead. Are we sure that wasn't Jordan Davis? 90 does look like an awfully big human. I will say that. Joe Burrow is a scary QB to root for. Why was, like, Joe Burrow not that good last year, and then this year he's, like, insane? What happened? What changed with Joe Burrow? To where I feel like if there's any quarterback who I'd be confident with, sim and watched combined, I'd probably pick Joe Burrow. Greg Dulcich has 4 catches for 6 yards. Get him on the other sideline pronto. He'd have 4 catches for 60 yards instead. On the run, good throw. Brandon Ayuk, who's been a noted playoff, I guess the one playoff game he performed well. Today, not so much. That's just his 2nd catch. Embrace what FGFL does and do not do the next Madden. I mean, I guess we could leave that up to the vote when that time comes. Ooh, he dropped it. To be fair, though, FGFL has always, in the past, generally continued in the next Madden. I know, obviously, they have a great thing going with this save file. Boink, tipped it incomplete. 2 for 14 play. I meant that he was good last year, and he was good in the other watch games that we've seen from him. Anything to push the Brandon Ayuk agenda will do. 3rd and goal, fullback. Ooh, nope, Kareem Hunt is oh so close. Chris Bonds will save you. Chris Bonds will have you. Why are they kicking? What are you doing? I'll get back to my point in a second. Why are they kicking? You went for it on 4th and 2 at the 32, which I thought was risky, but the right call. It's 4th and goal at the 1. Punch the sucker in. They're going to regret that. That is brutal. If that was my team, I would not be happy. My team also would not have 6 points. And my team also would not have allowed 10 points. Anyway, Chris Bonds will save you to where you're 9-8 and third in the division, 7th seed. And you'll get to play Seattle in the first round. And with my luck as the 2 seed, you'll have like a 75% chance to win. Octi's team would have 0 and he would have allowed 20. Both of those numbers are too low. Which again is sad, because I feel like my defense should be so good. I guess last year in the playoff game, the defense, minus the last drive, was really good. But not this year. I think we allowed the least amount of points this season, though. I know we had the best point differential, because I saw that in the standings before I started the stream. I'm not happy at that, but Madden's going to Madden. That's why we love it, or hate it. Or both. Probably both. Into the fourth quarter we go. The Cowboys with the edge, 10-6. Can they hang on? They've got the ball. They're in a good spot, but there's still plenty of time. Good run by Jerome Ford. That was a risky throw. He's lucky. Why did he just punch him? Foye Oluokun just assaulted a man on the field. He did the Javon Wims. Did he not just punch him? Damn. Okay. Speaking of Foye, he gets the tackle. The pursuit angles are incredible. We love this. Maybe there's snow in their eyes. It's like the Calvin Johnson meme where there's snow all over his face mask and they can't see. Look at Dak go. He could have easily gotten that first down. All he had to do was just try to push forward, but instead he goes backwards, he's dinking around, and now he gets hurt, and now he's out for the game. And maybe longer. I think kicking the field goal is the right move, though. I get the high ceiling play would be to go for it, because if you get it and score a touchdown, you don't win the game, but it'd be hard to lose it. I still think this is the right call, though, because you're still up by 7. The Bears have not scored a touchdown once today. I don't have trust in their offense. Now, if they do score a touchdown, I get worried, because now Dak is hurt. Foye Oluokun is out here trying to literally kill people. Nick Foles is the backup? Oh boy, let's hand Dallas their ring now. Miles Boykin with the holding. Everyone's favorite, number 13 on the Bears. Cocky wouldn't be up 4, he'd be up 12. It would be 12-0. They'd have 4 field goals. And by the power of Cocky's devil magic, the defense would have allowed 0 points. Bijan with the first down. If I'm Dallas, I just try to stay patient. Don't force the issue. You have 7 minutes. Their offense they showed some good things on that last drive. And if they do score a touchdown, I am curious to see if they would consider going for 2. We saw Atlanta did it in the playoffs last year against the Niners. They obviously did not get it and lost the game because of it. But I'm curious to see, given the situation, would the Bears do that? Guardians went from losing 3 of 4 to Chicago to winning 7-0 and already up 6-1 against the Rangers. That's baseball for you kids, where nothing makes sense. I feel like of like the 3 sports, baseball is like by far the weirdest in a good way. Bears are moving it. They've got it at the 27. So far, so good. Another nice run, Kareem Hunt. What about hockey? Well, I'm not some hockey expert, so I can't really give you that. But with hockey being such a low-scoring and like a variant sport, it's probably even weirder than baseball. Now from the 11, they are looking good. Bijan Robinson gets it to the 4. It is weirder than baseball. See, there you go. First and goal, play action, incomplete. Second and goal. He's sacked. Blow job, Ojulari. That's a gigantic play. Backs him up at the 11. I feel like it's too late to kick a field goal no matter what. Even if they're like sacked and they had the ball at the 25, you got to go for it. You got to score the touchdown on this drive. I don't even hate running the ball because it avoids a sack and it sets you a little bit more manageable. I probably wouldn't have done it, but... Why are they kicking? What is wrong with this team? This is twice in a row. Oh my lord, they are stupid. I don't think they're going to get the ball back. I'm certainly not confident they're going to have the ball inside the 10 again. That was your chance. They've had 2 chances and whiffed on both of them. Jeez. This is why Matthias Abanda should only be a receiver and never be a head coach. I see we won. Yes, you did. You guys started off slow, but played really well in the final 3.5 quarters. Bryce Young had himself a day. See, this is why they should have gone for the touchdown. The Lightning set the record for most wins and points in a season and got swept in the first round. Yikes! That's like the team won 125 games and got swept by the Rockies. Ugh. An NBA team won 74 games or got swept by the Hornets. Yikes. That is weird. Bears are going to have to start burning those timeouts. Handoff god Nick Foles is here. Is this duck puck? I think it is. We got a duck puck run. Now 3rd and 6. I don't mind throwing the ball here. For the game, Nick Foles, his first pass. He's not going to throw it. He's sacked by TJ Watt. And the Bears will get another chance. No timeouts. They're going to have around 100 seconds. They've been obsessed with their field goals. But a field goal does nothing. They're down by 4. Can Hector, Turkey, Estrada lead his team to victory? I signed Nick Foles so Little John couldn't have him, then traded him to Funny. How crazy is the world? Ooh, that was close. My price and demand has been set for the clips to not be released. I'm not paying you a dime, buddy. I'll pay a nickel, though. I'll go as high as 5 cents. 2nd and 10, there's Dulcich! Breaks a tackle to the 43. They've got to move fast. No timeouts. No time to waste. Incomplete. Stops the clock, though. Kirby Joseph, Charger legend. If we can't win it, maybe you can. Or McCall Hardman. A Charger legend is going to win this game regardless. 2nd and 10. Floats it off. Wide open is Mike Evans. And he gets it to the 7. Wow. Horrible coverage by the corner. Disgusting. 1st and goal, tipped away. That was Kirby Joseph. We're down to 38 seconds. 2nd and goal. On the run. Ooh, that was almost picked. That was close. Time to kick now on 3rd and goal. They've got 2 chances. Kick the field goal. Kick the field goal. Hector Turkey Estrada on the run. He has his man. It's Mike Evans, who puts the Bears ahead for the first time all game with 29 seconds. I did not think they were going to do that. In hindsight, kicking the field goals might have been the right call. Who would have thought? That was a great play by Hector. On the run, he was patient. And eventually, something opened up. Dallas has 30 seconds. They do have all 3 timeouts, but they have Nick Foles at quarterback. Well, this should be an interesting 29 seconds, guys. Who's ready? Buckle up! Do I seriously have to play the Bears? Well, not if the Giants win. Why would you play action in? You're not faking anybody. Okay, I mean, that works. Gain of 14, and it stops the clock. Brandon Aubrey, one of the better kickers in the league, is warming up. And they've got all 3 timeouts. You don't even have to worry about going out of bounds. You can use the entire field if you want. Well, not like within 5 yards. That'd be kind of stupid. But why are they running play action? You're not fooling anybody. Throws it away. You only got 18 seconds, buddy. Time is not on your side, Nicholas. Second and 10. Foles is just going to send it for the heavens already. And it is picked off. And the Bears look like they're going to hang on. Kevin Byard with the interception. Dallas does have all 3 timeouts, but let's be serious. There's 10 seconds. Yeah, that took up... There you go. So the Bears hang on. They only led for about 30 seconds, but they led for the final 30 seconds. That's all that matters, right? So Chicago is able to fend off the Cowboys, and they're moving on to the second round. The Dak Prescott injury certainly hurt. How did the Bears win that game? I have no clue. That was some ugly football. After all the offense we've gotten through the stream today, we get this masterclass. If you can even call it that. That was one of the throws of all time. There was 2 guys in the area, and both of them were on the Bears. All right, one more game. Panthers and Giants. The number generator lands on 2. That's Carolina. That was a game. That's one way to put it. The Panthers, of course, as a 2 seed, lost last year in the first round. We'll see if they can avenge that and beat the Giants, who have been able to make their way in here, largely because of a weak NFC wildcard picture. But Eagles fan Jr., the rookie quarterback, has performed pretty well. 7 seeds have black magic. I wouldn't want them either. Although I would rather play the Giants than the Bears. Not that I trust the Bears. The Bears are the Bears. So what jerseys would you like? Lie down to VC. I won't be able to right after. Maybe later. Maybe. I don't want to promise anything, but maybe. I'm a maybe. IT wants all blue. I think that's the color rush, right? One of the color rushes. Yeah, there it is. All dudes with a black helmet. I agree. There it is. Yes. And then for the Giants, I speak for all of us when I say some combination with the throwback helmet. Like maybe white jerseys. This. What do we think of this? Throwback pants. Throwback helmet. All right, one more game to go. The Giants and the Panthers. If the Giants wins, they'll play the 49ers. If the Panthers win, they will play the Eagles. Giants, is it? Wait, I think the Color Rush actually is the white ones with the throwback uniforms. Whatever, it's fine. It's practically the same thing. Giants get nothing on their first drive. Panthers get nothing. Defensive battle so far. We were saving the defense for the last 2 games. Carolina's marching close. They get the 3rd down conversion, and they punch it in to take the lead. Wow, the Giants' offense has done literally nothing today. Looks like they got a water punt, though, so Carolina can't do anything. And now the Giants are moving it. Now, here they go. They'll take 3. Quick start for Carolina on this drive, though. And they punch it in. They're up 14-3 going into the half. And they start with the ball. So they're in a pretty good spot here in the 3rd quarter. They don't do anything to start, but they down it at the 1. 3rd and 13. Big play for Rashad. I didn't even realize Rashad Bateman was on the Giants. He gets 20. I thought he was on the Cardinals. I guess they traded him to the Giants. And the Giants are moving it here. They started at the 1. Can they finish with a touchdown? They do, but they don't get the 2. Who agrees the old intro needs a return? Not me. Not that I have anything against the intro, but I don't think it helps with, like, viewer retention and stuff. Sometimes you got to make business decisions. 8-point game. Based on how you guys judged the earlier situations, it probably is a little early to hop in. Even though I would hop in. 4th and 4, they get stopped. Down at the 6. Since Carolina's up, we'll send this drive. We'll see how much clock they can chew. If it's a 1-score game and the Giants get it back, obviously we'll hop in. 3rd and 14. Nope. All right, let's hop in. When is the Barbie Girl outro coming back? Never. Barbie Girl has been retired. So the Giants start at the 18. They need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie the game. Now they've got 2 minutes and 2 timeouts. Third and 4. Okay. Bring back Barbie Girl. It goes hard. I don't know about that, partner. The intro is also like 30 seconds long, which also hurts viewer retention. George Kittle's hurt. They have to burn their last time out as well. So that's like a double whammy. Now they do have it at the 46, though. I never realized how dirty the Barbie Girl song was. I guess the Undress Me Everywhere part probably is not for children. 2nd and 2. Eagles fan Jr.'s got plenty of time. Rolls out, has a wide open man. To the 10. Tick, 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 tick. 30 seconds left. Tick, tick, tick. That's Gavin, whose first name I don't know. Maybe it's Gavin. Is he in? Yes, he is. The Giants are a 2-point try from tying it up. Rashad Bateman. Viking legend. Bengal legend. Houday. And now here's the big play. They've got to get the 2. They missed a 2 on their first touchdown. Under pressure, he missed the throw. The receiver was open. Great pressure, it looks like, from Anthony Walker. The receiver was wide open. That was a great route. But now they've got to get the onside kick. And if they do get the onside kick, they'll probably win the game. Boink. That is actually a pretty good kick. But it's recovered by the Panthers. And Carolina will hang on. (17-15). So the 3 higher seeds in the NFC all win. Even though they all could have lost. Every game ended up being close. I think every game ended up being decided by 1 score other than the Ravens game. And that as a whole was a close game itself. Octi is like Drake, so he can't use that. And copyright. I don't want to demonetize my video. I'm not doing certified lover boy, certified pedophile as my outro. That would be... It would hurt my pockets, and it would make me look stupid. Both quarterbacks were pretty adequate. Obviously, Eagles fan Jr. missed the throw at the end, but he was under pressure. Kendrick made it copyright 3. Oh. Well, still, that would make me look stupid. But I guess it wouldn't hurt my pockets. Rashad Bateman, of course, with the big touchdown. Isaiah Thomas scored, but he also got hurt. That's not good. He had a nice rookie year. 4 TFLs for Donald, 3 for Anthony Walker. And with that, after almost 3 hours, the wild card round has concluded. And we went from 14 down to 8. We've got the Browns and the Huskies, the Condoms and the Ravens, the Niners and the Bears, and then the Panthers and the Eagles. I'm intrigued by these NFC games, too. We talked about the AFC ones earlier, but these do feel like the 4 best teams in the NFC over the first 2 seasons. They're going to battle it out for a spot in the bowl. I'm especially excited for the trash talk of the Niners and the Bears. That will be fun. All right, injuries. Panthers, nothing. Ravens, Cam Jurgens. Bears, Ezra Cleveland's out for 5. Browns, Austin Eckler is out for one more game. Condoms, Kyler Gordon and Javon Kinlaw, but luckily Chris Jones is back. He got hurt in the second half of their game. Eagles, nada. Niners, whoa, a lot. I feel like we already knew some of these, but these 2 are going to come back. What about Dak? Did I skip the Cowboys? Dak will be good to go, but they lost, so it doesn't matter. Why did I think they won for like a split second? Did I do everyone? There's no way I did everyone. I missed the Huskies. No one. Did I miss anyone else? I did the Eagles. I did Carolina. I think I missed the Bears. That's who I missed. Did I miss the Bears? No, I didn't miss the Bears. Okay, no, I got everyone. All right, so that'll wrap things up. The next stream will probably be Thursday or Friday. I don't think I'm going to stream over this weekend. So I think I want to get the divisional round done before that. And then next week we'll have conference championships with the OFL Bowl. And we'll be able to start the offseason. So hope everybody enjoyed. Good to be back. We had some really good games today. Some fun results. Others not so fun. And we'll be back in a couple of days for the divisional round.